Hey guys, so I think it's safe to say that we all care about our future because we're here attending college. And if you care about your future, then you should care about our Earth's well being in order to protect our future from severe climate change. Climate change is a man made problem that's not slowing down, and lowering overall meat production and consumption would help our environment tremendously. By eliminating meat from school cafeterias, we can significantly help better our environment through lowering the demand for meat to eat while offering students healthier plant based alternatives. So, I have two small children who will be entering public school soon, or like in the next couple of years. And like most parents, I care about what they eat for lunch. And knowing that they are being offered healthy meals while being environmentally cautious is important to me. That's why I think it's crucial we eliminate meat from school cafeterias. This will help ensure our children get the most nutritious meals while collectively combating climate change. I will be discussing how the process of raising animals for food has caused environmental problems like land deforestation, greenhouse gas emissions, and water waste and pollution. However, these environmental hazards are within our control to make better by diminishing the demand for meat. School cafeterias can provide students with healthier meals at a lower cost for them while remaining climate friendly by eliminating meat from the menu. The process of meat for consumption is detrimental to our environment. There is a lot that goes into caring for these animals before they are killed for food, and according to PETA, raising animals for food consumes more than half of all water used in the US. This is a staggering amount of water used on solely raising animals to eat, given that roughly 780 million people, about 11% of Earth's population, don't have access to an improved water supply, stated by the CDC. These improved water supply sources are described as piped household water connection, protected dug wells, rainwater collection, just to name a few. With our finite natural resources, it's crucial we work towards conserving water. Furthermore, these farms that are raising animals for food occupy massive amounts of land that could be used more effectively and efficiently. Almost half of America's entire land mass is used to raise animals for food. This is considered deforestation and means that entire habitats in that area had to be torn down in order to create spaces to raise animals along with land to grow the food to feed them. So not only are we killing animals to eat, but we are also destroying entire habitats, biodiversities to do so. In fact, it's estimated by PETA that about 260 million acres of U.S. forest have been cleared to create cropland to produce feed for animals raised for food. This isn't a sustainable practice to continue in the future. We need this land to remain habitable for those living creatures and nature to be preserved. If we care about our future, we have to consider our eating habits. It is said through climatenexus.org that animal agriculture is the second largest contributor to human-made greenhouse gas emissions. These greenhouse gases are emitted by animals, especially cattle, through enteric fermentation and manure storage, and contribute directly to climate change. Since this is a man-made problem, we have the power to change the outcome. Schools in the U.S. can drastically reduce the demand for meat while improving students' diets and being climate friendly by eliminating meat from the menu. The meat industry resources are being overexerted and negatively impacting our environment. In order to combat the issue, we need to decrease the demand for meat. Since schools supply millions of students with 5 meals per week, they have the potential to fight climate change on a big scale. If schools adopted this more climate-conscious menu excluding meat, they would conserve water, land, and cut down greenhouse gas emissions. Additionally, the school's annual budget would reduce by switching to plant-based products. Not only would this be better for our environment, but it would be of no cost to the schools, and students would be consuming healthier meals, overall making it a win-win for everybody. So, some more progressive thinking schools have already implemented this form of climate mitigation and have found incredible outcomes. Oakland's United School District made the choice to minimize their meat and dairy options and save $42,000 by cutting its meal costs, according to FOE.org, proving it's possible and cost effective to reduce meat consumption in schools. Additionally, the district's meat reduction saved 2.3 million showers worth of water, and that was only from reducing the meat consumption for 2 years. This plant-centric menu change has the potential to make students healthier. An article in Harvard Health from February 2020 discussed the negative effects meat has on our body, especially red meat. In the article, Dr. Hughes says that an accumulated body of evidence shows a clear link between high intake of red and processed meats and a higher risk for heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and premature death. As most public schools in the U.S. try to stay within their budget, they aren't able to provide high-quality meat. The meat is often processed, like hot dogs or chicken nuggets, and is bad for overall health. In fact, an investigation done by USA Today found that meat served in U.S. schools wouldn't meet the quality or safety standards of fast food restaurants. Although schools have made efforts to improve their meat quality, it still doesn't change the fact that school lunches aren't as healthy as they should be, and let's be honest, they don't really taste that great. By replacing meat with other proteins like beans or tofu, students will get more well-balanced meals that provide nutrition. On climatenexus.org, they break down the facts and said one recent study showing that in an average American diet, a beef consumption creates 1,984 pounds of CO2 emissions annually, and that by replacing with plants would reduce that figure 96%, bringing it down to just 73 pounds of CO2 emissions. This sort of decrease could have substantial climate benefits that we would see immediately. This is something that would be of no extra cost to schools while creating amazing changes for our environment. Since this change requires no extra cost for school districts, it would be easily implementable. This shift could also expand students' palates and encourage them to try new foods or eat healthier. In reality, it's 1 to 2 meals per day for only 5 days that a student has to sacrifice giving up meat. And that is a pretty small sacrifice for a huge environmental benefit. As society evolves and becomes more informed, so should our practices. Climate change is not slowing down, but we have the power to create a better planet for our kids and their kids. By requiring all schools in the U.S. to adopt a plant-centric menu, we can reduce the demand for meat and save billions of gallons of water, lower greenhouse gas emissions, and give back millions of acres of land. Our nation's schools have this incredible ability to impact our environment through a simple menu change that would also encourage students to eat healthier, combating climate change and childhood obesity. Our natural resources are finite, and if we care about the Earth's future, change needs to happen now. We don't have to wait for Congress to pass a bill in order to help fight climate change now. Instead, we need to maybe skip meat here and there, collectively lowering our meat consumption. So if you want to help beat climate change by going above and beyond the call of duty, let us rise together to get meat out of schools. Thank you.